Okay, I hope I'm audible to all students who are attending this lecture for the JNU MA Economics entrance. We continue with our discussion of the JNU School of Social Sciences MA Economics entrance for the year 2020. And if all students can recall that in the previous lecture, we had done our discussion till question number 4. Okay. For this particular paper. Now, in this particular lecture, I intend to start with the discussion from question 5 onwards. Okay, so let's look at question 5. The demand function for a quantity is given by QD equals 35,000 minus 5P. The question is asking us over what range of price the quantity demanded will be inelastic. Okay, so we need to find out what is the range of price over which the demand will be inelastic. Very easy question. Let's come to the whiteboard and solve this. So we continue with our discussion of the JNU School of Social Sciences paper for 2020 for the MA Economics course. And in this lecture, we are starting with the discussion from question 5 onwards. So quickly writing what is given to us, we are given the demand function. The demand function is QD equals 35,000 minus 5P. Okay, this is the demand function given to us. And the question is asking us to find out, find the range of prices. Find the range of prices over which the quantity demanded will be inelastic. We need to find out over what range of prices is the quantity demanded inelastic. So let's quickly solve. So first of all students should know the formula for elasticity of demand. We have done the concept of elasticity of demand in our introductory microeconomics course. Okay, so all of students should know what's the formula for elasticity of demand. It is nothing but minus P by Q times dQ by dP. Okay, now what is dQ by dP? From the question, you can see that dQ by dP is equal to minus 5. So my elasticity of demand will be minus P upon what is Q, guys? 35,000 minus 5P times dQ by dP is minus 5. This makes it 5P upon 35,000 minus 5. The question is asking us over what range of prices is the elasticity of demand inelastic. So I can write that elasticity of demand will be inelastic. Elasticity of demand will be inelastic if elasticity of demand takes the value less than 1. Okay, in absolute terms, the elasticity of demand should be less than 1. Okay, so this implies that 5P upon 35,000 minus 5P should be less than 1. This implies 5P should be less than 35,000 minus 5P, which implies 10P is less than 35,000, which implies that P is less than 3,500. Because 35,000, if I divide by 10, I get 3,500. So what are the range of prices over which the demand will be inelastic? Obviously, the price has to be greater than 0. Price is always positive. So I can write that for ED, for elasticity of demand to be inelastic, my price should belong to 0 to 3,500. It should belong to 0 to 3,500. So hoping all students have understood this. This is our answer for this question. Quickly explaining it once again, we were given the demand function. Our objective was to find out over what range of prices is the quantity demanded inelastic. We first of all calculated elasticity of demand using the formula which we have learned in our introductory microeconomics course. Our elasticity of demand came out as 5p upon 35,000 minus 5p. Elasticity of demand is said to be inelastic. The demand is said to be inelastic if the absolute value of ED is less than 1, which implies 5p upon 35,000 minus 5p is less than 1. Remember, these two minuses obviously make it plus. So this is my elasticity of demand in absolute terms. It is less than 1. When I solve this, I get T less than 3,500. Price cannot be negative, so it should be more than 0. So if price lies between 0 and 3,500, we say that the demand in this case is said to be inelastic. So I can come back to the question paper and we can mark the correct answer. 0 to 3,500 is the correct answer for this question. So hoping all students have understood this. Let's look at question number 6. When the price of a pen is ₹20 and the elasticity of demand is 1.6 in absolute terms, find the marginal revenue. Again, very simple. Let's come to the whiteboard and solve. So quickly writing what is given. We are given that the price of the commodity is 20. Okay. Price of the pen is 20 rupees and we are given that elasticity of demand is 1.6. What do we need to find out? We need to find out the marginal revenue. So how do we calculate that? We apply the inverse elasticity rule. So all students can recall the inverse elasticity rule. Recall the inverse elasticity rule, which we had done in our intermediate microeconomics course. Okay, so we had done the inverse elasticity rule. We have even done this in our mathematical methods for economics course. Okay, so all students can recall the formula. What was the formula? Marginal revenue is price times 1 minus 1 upon elasticity of demand. We had derived this particular equation in our microeconomics course. Okay, now what is price? 20. What is elasticity of demand? 1.6. So this is going to be 20 times 1 minus, I can write this as 10 by 16. I can take the LCM as 16. I get 16 minus 10 in the numerator. This makes it 20 into 6 by 16. And this is 2 3s are, 2 8s are, 4 2s are, 4 5s are. So this comes out as 15 by 2. So my marginal revenue is what, guys? 15 by 2, which is 7.5. This is the final answer for this question. So all, in order to crack this question, what should students know? They should know the inverse elasticity rule. Okay, so coming back to the question paper, we can mark the correct answer. This is 7.5. This is the correct answer for this question. Then let's quickly look at question number 7. Okay, now in question number 7, we are given that the demand function for a good is Q is equal to 36 minus 3P. Okay, this is the demand function given to us. The question is asking us what will be the theoretically maximum price P for the quantity Q. Okay, so we are given the demand function Q, which is equal to 36 minus 3P. We need to find out the theoretically maximum price P for the quantity Q. Okay, now what is the theoretically maximum price? We can have that price at which my quantity is equal to 0. This is a very easy question. Let's quickly come to the whiteboard and solve. Okay, so we are given the demand function 36 minus 3P. Okay, and we need to find out the maximum price. So I can write that when Q is equal to 0, P is theoretically maximum. P is theoretically maximum. So I can write, putting Q equal to 0 in the demand function. Putting Q equal to 0 in the demand function, I get 0 is equal to 36 minus 3p, which implies 3p is equal to 36, which implies p is equal to 12. This is the theoretically maximum price. Also the vertical intercept of the demand curve. Okay, the theoretically maximum price is also the vertical intercept of the demand. The vertical intercept of the demand curve indicates the theoretically maximum price which can be charged. Okay, so is also the vertical intercept term, or I can say vertical intercept of the demand curve. Okay, so this is the final answer for this question. Coming back to the question paper, we can mark the correct answer. This is 12. This is the correct answer for this question. And then guys, let's quickly look at the last question for this particular lecture, after which we stop. Question number 7. Question number 8. Let me correct myself. Question number 8. Very easy. Again, we are given the demand function 24 minus 3p. What is the theoretically maximum quantity demanded for the price? Now, it's again a very easy question. So erasing this off. Again, we are given that the demand function is Q is equal to 24 minus 3p. Okay. And we can say that when price is equal to 0, then Q is theoretically the maximum. Then Q is the theoretically maximum quantity. So I can write putting the price equal to 0 in the demand function. Putting price equal to 0 in the demand function, I get Q is equal to 24 minus 3 into 0, which is 24. This is the theoretically maximum quantity. This is the theoretically maximum quantity. And this is also called as the horizontal intercept of the demand. The horizontal intercept of the demand curve indicates the theoretically maximum quantity which can be demanded. And that happens when the price is equal to 0. So this is the final answer for this question. So coming back to the question paper, we can mark the correct answer. It is 20. Okay, so this is where I intend to stop in this particular lecture. The objective was to discuss a few more problems from the JNU MA Economics 2020 entrance. In the next lecture, I will be starting with the discussion from question 9 onwards. So I hope all students have enjoyed this lecture. Any doubt, you can unmute your mic and ask, or call up or mail me your doubts at divineschoolofeconomics@gmail.com. This is where I stop in this lecture.